Introduction: The myth of the Hollywood editor. You watch a stunning documentary, a fast-paced YouTube video, or a slick commercial, and you're captivated by its seamless flow, its emotional impact, and its professional polish. You think to yourself, the person who edited this must be a technical genius. You imagine a Hollywood editor in a dark room, surrounded by $1 million setup, operating a dizzyingly complex piece of software with the speed of a concert pianist. You believe that video editing is a deeply technical, almost magical craft, reserved for those with years of film school education and access to an exclusive guild of industry insiders. This is a powerful and outdated myth that prevents countless creative and systematic thinkers from entering one of the most in-demand, flexible, and rewarding creative professions of the 21st century. Modern video editing is not about the complexity of the software. It is about the clarity of the story. A great editor is not a technician. They are a storyteller. Their primary tool is not a complex piece of software. It is a deep, intuitive understanding of pacing, rhythm, and emotion. A technically flawless edit that is boring is a failed edit. A simple, basic edit that tells a compelling story is a work of genius. Welcome to From Zero to Editor. This is not a 1,000-page technical manual. This is a practical, step-by-step roadmap for becoming a professional, hireable video editor, even if you've never opened a piece of editing software in your life. We will treat your new career not as an artistic dream, but as an architectural project. First, we will install the powerful storyteller mindset and deconstruct the core, unbreakable principles of a compelling edit. We will then give you a tactical playbook for mastering the industry's most powerful free editing software, DaVinci Resolve. Most importantly, we will guide you through the process of building your single most important career asset, a stunning 60-second demo reel that will serve as the undeniable proof of your new skills. Finally, we will show you how to leverage that reel to find, pitch, and land your first high-paying freelance editing projects. It's time to demolish the myth of the Hollywood editor. Your ability to see a story and your passion for clear communication are your greatest assets. The system is learnable. The tools are free. The path begins now. Part 1. The Foundation. The architecture of a compelling edit. Case File 01. The architect's mindset. You are not a technician. You are a storyteller. Before you make your first cut, you must perform the most critical identity shift of your new career. The number one mistake that traps aspiring video editors in a state of perpetual amateurism is that they are operating with the wrong objective. They are trying to be a technician. A technician is obsessed with the software. They spend their time learning every obscure feature, every complex transition, and every flashy visual effect. They believe their value is in their technical proficiency. They ask, how can I make this edit look more complex and impressive? You are not here to be a technician. You are here to be a storyteller. This is an unbreakable, non-negotiable distinction. A storyteller's primary tool is not the software, it is emotion. Their one and only objective is to make the viewer feel something. Every single cut, every sound effect, every piece of music is a deliberate choice made in service of the story. Your work is not judged on its technical complexity. It is judged on its impact. Did the edit create a sense of excitement? Did it make the speaker's message more powerful? Did it hold the viewer's attention from the first second to the last? This should be a source of profound liberation. It means your success as an editor is not dependent on your ability to master 1,000 different features in a complex program. Your success is dependent on your ability to understand the core emotional message of the video and to use the simple, fundamental tools of editing to amplify that message. This is the work of an architect, not a software operator. You are an architect of emotion. When you adopt the storyteller mindset, you stop asking the questions of a technician and start asking the questions of an architect. The technician asks, what cool transition can I put here? The storyteller asks, what is the core feeling of this moment? And is a hard cut or a slow dissolve the best way to preserve that feeling? The technician asks, what are the new features in the latest software update? The storyteller asks, What is the one thing I want my audience to remember after this video is over? And how can I use my edit to make that one thing unforgettable? Your job is to take a collection of raw footage and transform it into a story that resonates. This is the mindset that separates the button pusher from the six-figure, in-demand editor. Case File 02: The Unbreakable Laws of Pacing and Rhythm. How to manipulate time to create emotion. A video editor is a master of time. The raw footage you receive is a linear, chronological record of an event. It is often boring, filled with long pauses, and lacks a clear narrative arc. Your job as a storyteller is to manipulate this timeline. You will cut, compress, and reorder time to create a new, artificial reality that is far more engaging and emotionally resonant. The primary tool you will use to do this is pacing and rhythm. Pacing is the speed of your edit, the frequency of your cuts. Rhythm is the underlying beat, the pulse of the story. An amateur editor often uses a single, monotonous pace throughout their entire video, which lulls the viewer to sleep. The architect of emotion understands that a great edit is a dynamic experience, a dance between fast and slow, tension and release. You must master the two fundamental rhythms of editing. First is the high-energy rhythm. This is fast pacing. This is a fast, staccato rhythm with a high frequency of cuts. Shots are often short, lasting only 1 to 3 seconds. Fast pacing creates a feeling of excitement, energy, urgency, and intensity. It is perfect for action sequences, music-driven montages, and high-energy introductions. The danger is that overusing this rhythm is exhausting for the viewer. Second is the emotional rhythm. This is slow pacing. This is a slow, legato rhythm with a low frequency of cuts. Shots are held for much longer, often 5 to 10 seconds or more. Slow pacing creates a feeling of intimacy, tension, contemplation, and emotional weight. It gives the viewer time to breathe and connect with the subject on a deeper level. It is perfect for emotional interviews or revealing beautiful scenery. The danger is that overusing this rhythm will make your video feel slow and boring. The secret to a masterful edit is contrast. A great edit is not all fast or all slow. It is a dynamic journey between the two. Think of yourself as a composer. You're not just playing single notes. You are arranging them into a musical score. The interplay between your fast and slow rhythms is what creates the emotional arc of the story. Case File 03: The Hireable Skill Set. The core edits every business and creator needs. You are a storyteller who can manipulate time. But what are the specific, tangible stories that a client will actually pay you to tell? A hireable video editor is a specialist who can reliably deliver the specific types of video content that are in high demand in the modern digital economy. Your goal is to master the small handful of formats that form the bread and butter of the freelance and corporate video world. These are the Freelance 4, your core service offerings. 1. The talking head/educational video. The raw footage is a single, long take of a person speaking to the camera. This is the core of a YouTube video or an online course. Your job is to make this engaging. You will perform a subtractive edit to remove all mistakes and pauses, use pattern interrupts like zoom-ins and B-roll, and add simple text graphics. This is the most common type of video content in the world. 2. The social media ad/short-form promo. The raw footage is a collection of product shots and B-roll. Your job is to create a fast-paced, attention-grabbing 15 to 60-second video for platforms like TikTok or Instagram. This is a test of your high-energy editing rhythm. You will use fast cuts, energetic music, and bold text. Businesses are desperate for this type of content. 3. The interview/podcast video. The raw footage is 2 or more separate video and audio tracks from a remote recording. Your job is to make this conversation look and sound professional. You will sync the tracks and perform a multi-cam edit, switching between a shot of the host, the guest, and a split-screen view. 4. The montage/sizzle reel. The raw footage is a collection of beautiful B-roll from an event or a travel vlog. Your job is to be a true storyteller, weaving these shots into an emotional, music-driven narrative. Your choice of music will dictate the entire pace and emotional arc of the edit. The portfolio project in this roadmap will require you to create a short demo reel that showcases your ability to edit in all of these core styles. Case File 04, the DaVinci Resolve Command Center, mastering the free tool used by Hollywood pros. To become a professional video editor, you need a professional tool. For decades, this meant an expensive subscription to software like Adobe Premiere Pro or Final Cut Pro. That wall no longer exists. A revolution has occurred in the post-production world, led by a single piece of software, DaVinci Resolve. What was once a niche, high-end color grading tool has evolved into a full-fledged, all-in-one post-production powerhouse. And in the single most disruptive move in the creative software industry, its developer has made the core version of this software completely free. This is not a limited, freemium version. The free version of DaVinci Resolve is a professional, Hollywood-grade tool that is used to edit and color-grade feature films and high-end commercials. It is more powerful than 99% of freelance editors will ever need. Resolve is your primary weapon because it is a full-stack studio. It is an integrated suite of tools. We will focus on the three you need to master: the media and cut pages for organizing footage, the edit page, which is your primary command center, and the color page for world-class color correction. Resolve also has industry credibility. Listing expert in DaVinci Resolve on your resume is a powerful signal to potential clients that you are a serious, technically proficient editor. And the price is unbeatable. It's free. This completely eliminates the financial barrier to entry. The DaVinci Resolve interface is dense and can be intimidating. Our approach will be to ignore the noise and focus on the core workflow of a freelance editor. You will learn how to import and organize your footage. You will learn the core editing tools like the Blade tool. You will learn to add and mix audio, create simple titles, perform basic color correction, and export your finished video. Your first action item after reading this chapter is to go to the Blackmagic Design website and download the free version of DaVinci Resolve. By focusing on the simple, story-driven workflows we will outline, you will quickly domesticate this powerful beast and turn it into your primary tool for building your new career. Part 2. The Editor's Toolkit, Mastering the Core Techniques. Case File 05. The Assembly Line Workflow, a system for organizing your footage for maximum speed. You have a folder on your desktop. It is a chaotic mess of video files from a client's project. There are a dozen clips of the main speaker, 20 clips of supplemental footage, a few music tracks, and a logo file. The amateur editor, eager to start creating, makes a critical error. They drag all of these files directly into their editing software's timeline and start trying to make sense of the chaos. This is the equivalent of a chef dumping all of their raw ingredients onto a single cutting board at once. It is a slow, inefficient, and creativity-killing process. The professional editor is not just a storyteller. They're a librarian. They know that a clean, organized, and systematic workflow is the secret to speed and efficiency. Before they make a single cut, they first build a logical, repeatable assembly line for the project. This is the bin and selects blueprint. It is a simple industry-standard workflow for organizing any editing project in DaVinci Resolve. Step 1. The digital filing cabinet. The organization begins before you even open the software. On your computer, create a master folder for the project. Inside that folder, create subfolders like footage, audio, graphics, the Resolve project file, and a folder for your final exports. Step 2. The media page and your bins. In DaVinci Resolve, go to the media page. The bins in your media pool are the digital equivalent of your computer's folders. You will recreate your folder structure as a set of bins. Then, you will drag the files from your computer's folders into the corresponding bins in Resolve. Step 3. The scrub and favorite. Now you will go through your main footage, or A-roll. Watch through every clip of the main speaker. Your goal is not to make perfect cuts. Your goal is to identify the good takes. As you watch, every time the speaker delivers a line cleanly, you will mark that section of the clip, either by setting in and out points or by making cuts at the beginning and end of the good take. Step 4. the assembly edit. The goal is to create a new, clean timeline that contains only the good takes of the A-roll in the correct order. You will go through your raw footage timeline and copy and paste only the good takes that you marked onto a new timeline. This is your assembly edit. You now have a rough but functional radio cut of your video. Only now, after you have built this clean assembly, are you ready to begin the creative work of refining the cuts. You have eliminated the friction of searching for clips and can now focus your creative energy on storytelling. Case File 06, the J-Cut and L-Cut Blueprint. The secret to seamless, professional dialogue scenes. You are editing your first talking head video. You have your assembly edit, and you want to make it more visually interesting by cutting away to some B-roll footage. The amateur editor makes a simple, jarring mistake. They make a hard cut. At the exact same moment, they cut both the video and the audio. This feels abrupt, clunky, and deeply unprofessional. The professional editor uses a simple, elegant, and almost invisible technique to make these transitions feel smooth and cinematic. This is the art of the J-cut and the L-cut. These two simple cuts are arguably the most important technical skills in the editor's toolkit. They're the secret to making your edits flow. The names come from the shape that the audio and video clips make on the editing timeline. First is the L-cut. This is the most common. An L-cut is when the audio from the first clip continues to play after you have cut to the video of the second clip. On the timeline, the audio track of the first clip extends out under the video of the second clip, forming the shape of an L. This is the fundamental technique for cutting to B-roll. For example, as a speaker says, "And so we architected a new system," you cut the video to a shot of a blueprint, but you let the speaker's audio continue to play over it. This is a seamless experience for the viewer. Second is the J-cut. This is the inverse. It is when the audio from the second clip begins to play before you have cut to the video of that clip. You hear what's coming before you see it. On the timeline, the audio track of the second clip starts before the video, forming the shape of a J. This is a powerful tool for creating anticipation. For example, as you are watching the host of an interview, you hear the first few words of the guest's answer just before you cut to the shot of the guest. By mastering these two simple, fundamental cuts, you are learning the core language of cinematic editing, and your ability to create a smooth, professional-feeling viewing experience will increase tenfold. Case File 07, The Science of Sound, a practical guide to music, sound effects, and clean audio. An amateur editor obsesses over the visuals. The professional architect knows that sound is 50% of the video. This is not an exaggeration. A beautiful video with bad audio is unwatchable. A simple video with great audio can be incredibly compelling. Your ability to engineer a clean, rich, and emotionally resonant soundscape is a critical skill. Your soundscape has three primary layers that you must architect. Layer 1, the dialogue. This is the foundation. The viewer must be able to hear and understand every word clearly and effortlessly. This is non-negotiable. Your dialogue should be at a consistent, comfortable volume, typically peaking between -5 and -10 decibels on your audio meters. If there is a slight background hum, you can use a simple noise reduction effect to clean it up. The best way to diagnose audio problems is to close your eyes and just listen. Layer 2, the music. This is the emotional driver. Music is the most powerful tool you have for controlling the emotional tone of your video. You must never, ever use a popular, copyrighted song without a license. You will use a royalty-free music library like Artlist.io, Epidemic Sound, or YouTube's own free audio library. A critical skill is audio ducking. When you place a music track under a dialogue scene, the music must be ducked or lowered in volume so that it doesn't compete with the speaker's voice. A good rule of thumb is to set your music track's volume to be between -20 and -25 decibels when someone is speaking. Layer 3, the sound effects. This is the secret sauce. Sound effects are the subtle sounds that add texture and impact to your visuals. You can add a subtle whoosh sound when a piece of text animates onto the screen, or a riser sound to build tension. You can layer in a subtle, low-volume track of coffee shop ambience to make a scene feel more immersive. By systematically building your soundscape in these 3 layers, you are architecting a rich, immersive, and professional sonic experience. Case File 08. The Art of B-roll. How to use supplemental footage to tell a richer story. You have a clean, well-paced A-roll edit of your main speaker. The story is there, the message is clear, but it is visually monotonous. It is just a single shot of a person talking. The human brain will quickly grow bored of a static talking head. B-roll is the solution. B-roll is any supplemental or alternative footage that you cut away to while the main speaker's audio continues to play. It is the visual illustration of the story they are telling. It is a window that you open for the viewer, showing them the world that the speaker is describing. The architect of emotion understands that B-roll is not just filler. It is a powerful storytelling tool. Every B-roll shot must have a purpose. The primary function of B-roll is to show, don't just tell. It makes the story more engaging, memorable, and easier to understand. There are 3 primary types of B-roll. First is illustrative B-roll. This is the most straightforward type. It is footage that literally illustrates the thing the speaker is talking about. If the speaker says, "Our new product has a sleek, aluminum finish," you will cut to a beautiful close-up shot of that finish. Second is metaphorical or emotional B-roll. This is a more advanced technique. The B-roll does not literally show what the speaker is talking about, but it evokes the same feeling or theme. If a CEO is talking about overcoming adversity, you might cut to a slow-motion shot of a mountain climber. This elevates your video from a simple informational piece to something more artistic. Third is archival B-roll. This is any existing footage or imagery that you can incorporate into your edit. This is a staple of documentary content. This includes historical photos, newsreel footage, or even screen recordings of a software you are reviewing. When you don't have custom footage, you will use a stock footage library. Free options like Pexels and Pixabay offer vast libraries of high-quality video clips. By skillfully weaving in a layer of purposeful B-roll, you're transforming a simple monologue into a dynamic and far more compelling visual story. Case File 09. The Color Correction Mandate. A simple system for making your footage look cinematic. You have completed your edit. The story is compelling, the pacing is dynamic, and the sound is clean. But something is still missing. The footage itself looks a bit flat. The colors are dull, the image lacks contrast, and it doesn't have that rich, professional, cinematic look. This is the final, often overlooked step that separates the amateur from the professional: color correction and color grading. This is the art of digitally enhancing the color and tone of your video. For the novice, the color page in DaVinci Resolve is the single most intimidating part of the software. The architect does not need to be a professional Hollywood colorist. They just need to master a simple, repeatable, 3-step system for performing a primary color correction. This is the 3-step primary correction blueprint. You will perform this on the color page in DaVinci Resolve, using the scopes to guide your decisions. Step 1. Correcting the exposure. The goal is to set the correct black and white points, creating a full range of contrast. A flat image is one where the blacks are a muddy gray. Using the lift, gamma, gain color wheels, you will first lower the lift wheel until the bottom of the waveform on your scope is just kissing the 0 line. Your blacks are now true black. Then you will raise the gain wheel until the top of the waveform is just kissing the top line. Your whites are now a clean, bright white. Step 2. Correcting the white balance. The goal is to remove any unnatural color cast. Indoor lighting can often make an image look too yellow or too blue. Using the white balance eyedropper tool, find something in your shot that is supposed to be a neutral white or gray and click on it. Resolve will automatically adjust the colors to be natural and accurate. Step 3. Correcting the saturation. The goal is to add a final touch of richness and vibrancy. Using the saturation knob, you will subtly increase the saturation until the colors look rich and healthy, but not so much that skin tones start to look unnatural. By learning to apply this basic primary grade to all of your footage, You are adding the final 10% of polish that makes your work look and feel truly cinematic. Part 3. The Portfolio Project, Building Your Demo Reel. Case File 10. The Job Ready Project Blueprint. Assembling a high-impact, 60-second demo reel. You have now mastered the core, hireable skills of a professional video editor. You understand the architecture of a story, the mechanics of the software, and the science of sound and color. You have the ability, but you need proof. For a video editor, your resume is not a piece of paper. Your resume is your demo reel. A demo reel is a short, fast-paced, and highly engaging video montage that showcases the absolute best of your work. It is your 60-second audition. A great demo reel is the single most powerful asset you will ever create to launch your career. The amateur editor's reel is often a long, boring collection of random shots. The architect knows that a demo reel is not a collection. It is a sales pitch. It must be a meticulously engineered, emotionally resonant, and ruthlessly concise piece of storytelling that leaves the viewer with one single thought: I need to hire this person. This is the high-impact reel blueprint. Your mission is to create a single 60 to 90-second video that proves your competence in the Freelance 4 core editing styles. There are 4 unbreakable rules. Rule 1. The 60-second mandate. Your reel should be no longer than 60 to 90 seconds. Ruthless brevity is a sign of a confident editor. Rule 2. The best foot forward principle. Your reel must start and end with your absolute single best and most visually stunning work. Rule 3. The music is everything. Choose a single, powerful piece of royalty-free music that has a clear emotional arc. You will then cut your entire reel to the beat. Rule 4. Show, don't tell. Your reel should contain 0 text that says Video Editor. The only text should be your name and contact information, displayed clearly for the final 3 to 5 seconds. The structure of your reel will be a series of 4 short mini projects. Section 1 is a montage hook. Section 2 is a social media ad. Section 3 is a talking head or interview clip. And Section 4 is the cinematic close. The next 3 chapters will be a hands-on guide to sourcing the footage for and building this exact high-impact demo reel. Case File 11. Phase 1. Sourcing the footage, the free, high-quality options. You're ready to build your demo reel, but you are faced with a classic chicken and egg problem. To get editing work, you need a reel, but to have a reel, you need footage from past editing work. As a self-taught editor, your hard drive is empty. The amateur editor gets stuck here. The architect knows that in the modern creator economy, access to beautiful, professional-grade footage is no longer a barrier. There's a vast, global library of free, high-quality, practice footage available to you. Your mission is to source a small, curated library of free, professional-grade video clips that you will use to build your 4 mini projects. You will be using royalty-free stock footage. This is video content created by professional filmmakers that they have made available for you to use in your own project for free. Your go-to sources will be pxels.com and pixabay.com. These 2 sites have massive, searchable libraries of beautiful, cinematic, 4K video clips covering almost any topic imaginable. This is your demo reel shot list. You will now go to these sites and cast the footage for your reel. For the montage hook, choose a single, visually compelling theme like travel. Search for and download 10 to 15 short, dynamic travel clips. For the social media ad, choose a simple, visually appealing product like a high-end watch or a bottle of craft coffee. Search for 5 to 7 clean, minimalist, slow-motion shots of your chosen product. For the talking head or interview, you need 2 types of footage. For the A-roll, search for a simple, well-lit shot of a person speaking directly to the camera. For the B-roll, search for 3 to 4 clips that could logically illustrate what they might be talking about. For the cinematic close, you need 2 to 3 of the most beautiful hero shots you can possibly find. Search for terms like cinematic, slow motion, or drone shot. As you download these clips, you will immediately organize them on your computer using the digital filing cabinet structure. You have now solved the chicken and egg problem. You have all the raw materials you need to begin architecting your high-impact demo reel. Case File 12, Phase 2. The 3 mini projects, a commercial, a talking head, and a travel montage. You have your library of raw, professional-grade footage. You have your chosen music track. Now, you will enter the DaVinci Resolve Command Center and begin the work of the architect. In this phase, you will build the 3 core 15-second segments of your demo reel. We will treat each one as a separate mini project, a focused exercise designed to showcase a specific, hireable skill. Mini Project 1, the travel montage. This is the hook. The goal is to demonstrate your mastery of pacing, rhythm, and cutting to music. In your DaVinci Resolve timeline, import your music track. Listen to the first 15 to 20 seconds and use the marker tool to place a marker on every single beat. This is your rhythmic blueprint. You will now assemble your best travel B-roll clips, making a new cut on every single beat marker. The result is a dynamic, exciting montage that immediately grabs the viewer's attention. Mini Project 2, the talking head edit. This is the substance. The goal is to demonstrate your ability to handle dialogue and tell a story with both A-roll and B-roll. Place your 15-second clip of the interview subject on the timeline. Find a logical point in the middle of a sentence. At that point, you will perform a perfect L-cut. You will cut away from a speaker to one of your illustrative B-roll clips, while letting the speaker's audio continue to play underneath. After 3 to 5 seconds of B-roll, cut back to the speaker. The result is a seamless, professional dialogue segment. Mini Project 3, the spec ad. This is the polish. The goal is to demonstrate your ability to create slick, commercial content and work with graphics. Assemble your best product stock footage clips into a short 10 to 12 second sequence. Using the Text Plus tool in DaVinci Resolve, add a simple, clean text overlay with a clear headline. Then, add a subtle whoosh sound effect to accompany your text animating onto the screen. This small detail is a huge signal of a professional editor. By the end of this phase, you will have 3 separate 15-second timelines in your DaVinci Resolve project. Each one is a self-contained demonstration of a core, hireable skill. Case File 13, Phase 3, the final polish, music, sound design, and pacing. You have built the 3 core sections of your demo reel. You now have a collection of excellent but disconnected mini projects. The final and most important phase of the construction is the assembly and polish. This is the stage where you will transform your 3 separate segments into a single, seamless, and emotionally resonant 60-second narrative. This is the final assembly blueprint. Step 1, the master timeline. Create a new, final timeline in DaVinci Resolve called demo_reel_final. Place your single, chosen music track on the audio track. This is the heartbeat of your entire reel. Step 2, the block and tackle assembly. You will now copy and paste your 3 mini projects onto the master timeline in the correct order. The high-energy travel montage at the beginning, the professional talking head segment in the middle, and the slick spec ad segment after that. Step 3, the cinematic close. After the spec ad, you will add your 2 to 3 final, beautiful hero shots. Time these final shots to match the crescendo and the end of your music track. Step 4, the pacing and transitions. Your reel is now a 60-second sequence, but it will feel blocky. Your next job is to smooth the transitions. To smooth the cut from the fast-paced montage to the slower talking head, you will use a J-cut. Let the first few words of audio from your talking head clip start underneath the final shot of your travel montage. Step 5, the final polish. You will now apply a single, consistent color grade across the entire reel. Your goal is to make all the different stock footage clips feel like they were shot on the same camera. Then, do the final audio mix, ensuring your music is at a powerful level, but that any dialogue is clear and audible above it. Step 6, the call to action slate. At the very end, after the music is finished, add a simple, clean, black screen. On this screen, display your name, your professional title, video editor, and your email or portfolio website. This slate should be held on screen for 3 to 5 seconds. When you're finished, you will export the final video. This single 60-second file is the key that unlocks your entire freelance career. Part 4. The Career Engine, from Resolve to Revenue. Case File 14. The Freelance Launchpad, the system for finding and pitching your first video project. You are now in possession of your single most powerful career asset, a stunning, professional 60-second demo reel. This is your proof. This is your key. The final phase is to use that key to unlock the door to your first paying client. The amateur editor takes a passive approach. They post their reel on a freelance marketplace and wait to be chosen. The architect does not wait. They become a strategic hunter. They know that their reel is a precision-guided missile, and they must now identify and target high-value clients. This is the proactive pitch blueprint. Step 1. The ideal client profile. You will not pitch to Hollywood studios. Your prime target is small to medium-sized YouTube creators and businesses. They are already creating video content. They are often overwhelmed by the editing process, and their pain points are publicly visible. Create a dream list of 10 to 20 YouTube channels that you admire in the 10,000 to 100,000 subscriber range. Step 2. The pain point audit. Watch 2 to 3 videos from each of your target channels. You are not a fan. You are a doctor diagnosing their editing pain points. Is their pacing slow? Are their cuts jarring? Is their audio inconsistent? Identify 1 or 2 specific areas where your skills could dramatically improve their final product. Step 3. The Value First video pitch. Find a business email address on their About page. Now, send them a hyper-personalized pitch. Your secret weapon is the re-edit spec work. You will take a 30-second clip from one of their existing videos and you will re-edit it. You will clean up the audio, tighten the pacing, add a professional title, and layer in B-roll. This is your before and after. Record a short Loom video. Start with an intro. Then, show the before and after. Finally, offer a low-pressure close. I know that editing can be the biggest time suck for creators. If you'd ever be interested in offloading that work, I'd be happy to hop on a quick 15-minute call. Send an email with the subject line, a quick editing idea for your channel, and include the link. This is the pitch that gets your client. Case File 15. The Pricing Protocol. How to confidently charge for your editing services. Your pitch was undeniable. The creator was blown away by your re-edit clip and has agreed to the 15-minute call. Now comes the critical moment of pricing your service. The amateur editor makes 2 mistakes. They either charge by the hour, which punishes them for being fast and efficient, or they drastically undercharge, competing to be the cheapest option on the market. This is a losing strategy that positions them as a low-value commodity. The architect prices their work based on the value they provide, not the time it takes. You are not selling hours of editing. You are selling a valuable business outcome, a more professional channel, higher audience retention, and the creator's single most valuable asset, their time. This is the package solution pricing blueprint. First is the per video rate mandate. You will never charge by the hour. You will charge a flat per video fee. This is simple for the client to understand, and it rewards you for your skill and efficiency. Second is the tiered package architecture. You will present your services in a few clear, easy-to-understand packages. This allows you to upsell clients to a more comprehensive and profitable solution. For example, Package 1 could be the clean cut for $150 per video. This includes a simple edit and basic audio cleanup. Package 2 could be the Pro Polish for $300 per video. This includes B-roll, professional graphics, music, and color correction. Package 3 could be the Social Accelerator, monthly retainer for $1,000 a month. This includes 4 Pro Polish videos plus short, highlight clips from each video formatted for TikTok and Reels. Third is the confident delivery. On your discovery call, you will confidently present your packages as the solution. Based on what you're looking for, it sounds like my Pro Polish package would be a perfect fit. The fee for that is $300 per video. Or, if you're looking for a more complete solution, most of my clients go with this Social Accelerator retainer. How does that sound to you? By packaging your services and pricing based on value, You are positioning yourself as a high-value strategic partner. Case File 16. The Feedback Loop. A playbook for working with clients and handling revisions like a pro. You've landed the client. They've agreed to your price and signed your agreement. Now, the real work begins. The process of taking a client's raw footage and turning it into a polished final product is a delicate dance of communication. This is where many freelance careers fall apart. The amateur editor works in a black box. They take the footage, disappear for a week, and then deliver what they believe is the perfect final video, only to be met with a long, confusing list of changes from a frustrated client. They get stuck in an endless cycle of revisions, a state known as edit hell. The architect knows that a successful client relationship is built on a foundation of clear communication and a structured feedback process. Your job is not to be a mind reader. Your job is to architect a simple, professional, and friction-free workflow. This is the to-review workflow blueprint. You will structure every project around a simple, two-stage review process, which must be clearly stated in your initial agreement. Stage 1. The rough cut review. The goal is to get the client's approval on the story and structure of the video before you spend time on the polish. The deliverable is a simple, unpolished version of the video. The main story is in place, but the audio is not yet mixed and the colors are not corrected. You will use a professional video review tool like frame.io. This tool allows the client to leave time-stamped comments directly on the video. You will send them the link with a clear instruction. At this stage, please focus only on the story, the structure, and the content. Stage 2. The fine cut review. The goal is to get the client's final approval on the polished, near-finished product. This is the 99% finished video. The music is in, the sound is mixed, and the color correction is complete. You will send them a new frame.io link with the instruction. At this stage, please look for any small, final tweaks. This is the last opportunity for revisions. If the client tries to make a major structural change at this late stage, you can now professionally and politely refer back to your process. Stage 3. The final delivery. Once you have their final approval, you will export the master file and deliver it via a service like Google Drive or Dropbox. This professional process manages your client, sets clear expectations, and positions you as a strategic partner. Conclusion. You are the storyteller. You began this roadmap with a myth, the myth of the Hollywood editor, the technical wizard with $1 million studio and a lifetime of film school training. You saw a world of complex software and innate, magical talent, and you believe that you were not qualified to be a part of it. That myth has now been systematically deconstructed. You have replaced it with a powerful, engineered reality. You now know that great video editing is not about the complexity of the tool. It is about the clarity of the story. It is not an innate talent. It is a learnable, architectural process. You are not a technician. You are a storyteller. You have deconstructed the unbreakable laws of pacing and rhythm that are the foundation of all emotional impact. You have filled your toolkit with the most valuable and in-demand freelance for services that businesses and creators are desperate for. You have mastered the core, professional workflows in DaVinci Resolve, the free tool that is powerful enough to edit a Hollywood film. Most importantly, you have moved beyond theory. You have the blueprint for building a stunning 60-second demo reel that will serve as the undeniable proof of your new skills. You have the system for finding your first client, the script for closing your first deal, and the professional workflow for managing that client relationship for long-term success. You do not just have knowledge. You have a complete, end-to-end business plan for a profitable and creative freelance career. The path from here is one of execution. It is the work of building your reel, pitching your first client, and applying these systems in the real world. Your empathy, your sense of rhythm, and your ability to see the story within the chaos are not just hobbies. They are your superpowers. You're no longer a passive consumer of media. You're an architect of it. You possess the skill to take a collection of raw, disconnected moments and transform them into a coherent, compelling, and emotionally resonant story. You are the storyteller. Now, go create. Did this roadmap help you? Your journey is just beginning, but your feedback is crucial. If this book provided you with real-world value, the single best way to support this mission is to leave an honest review on Amazon. More by Gardinski. Your roadmap continues. You now have the technical skill to craft professional videos. The next step is to build a platform for your work and turn your talent into a sustainable career. Book recommendations include From Zero to Writer and From Zero to Booked Out.